Chapter 12. And Job answered and said, No doubt but ye are the people, and wisdom shall die with you. But I have understanding as well as you. I am not inferior to you, yea, who knoweth such things as these? I am as one mocked of his neighbor, who calleth upon God, and he answereth him. The just upright man is laughed to scorn. He that is ready to slip with his feet is as a lamp despised in the thought of him that is at ease. The tabernacles of robbers prosper, and they that provoke God are secure, in whose hand God bringeth abundantly. But ask thou the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee, or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. Who knoweth not in all these that the hand of the Lord hath wrought this? In whose hand is the soul of every living thing, and the breath of all mankind? Doth not thine ear try words, and thy mouth taste his meat? With the ancient is wisdom, and in length of days understanding. With him is wisdom and strength, he hath counsel and understanding. Behold, he breaketh down, and it cannot be built again. He shutteth up a man, and there can be no opening. Behold, he withholdeth the waters, and they dry up. Also he sendeth them out, and they overturn the earth. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. He leadeth counselors away spoiled, and maketh the judges fools. He looseth the bonds of kings, and girdeth their loins with a girdle. He leadeth princes away spoiled, and overthroweth the mighty. He removeth away the speech of the trusty, and taketh away the understanding of the aged. He poureth contempt upon princes, and weakeneth the strength of the mighty. He discovereth deep things out of darkness, and bringeth out to light the shadow of death. He increaseth the nations, and destroyeth them. He enlargeth the nations, and straiteneth them. He taketh away the heart of the chief of the people of the earth, and causeth them to wander in a wilderness where there is no way. They grope in the dark without light, and he maketh them to stagger like a drunken man. Here we see in chapter 12 that Job doesn't give up on answering his friends. He starts off in verse 2 and says, No doubt but ye are the people, and wisdom shall die with you. In Hebrew, that basically means that you are the smartest of all people on the face of the earth. And you are so wise that there is no way that you'll be able to pass on your wisdom and your judgment to anybody else, that it's just so profound with you that when you die there won't be anything around to compare to it. And then he says in verse 3, But I have understanding as well as you. I am not inferior to you. Yea, who knoweth not such things as these? In other words, it isn't like I haven't thought about these things. I'm the one experiencing these things, guys. I am as one mocked by his neighbor, and these are his neighbors. Who calleth upon God, and God answereth him. The just upright man is laughed to scorn by his friends. Okay. And what he then starts telling them later on is that, who knows, in verse 9, who knoweth not in all these that the hand of the Lord hath wrought this? In other words, maybe this is for Job's good. He doesn't understand how it is, but maybe this is for his good. And then he says in verse 10, In whose hand, in God's hand, is every soul of every living thing, and the breath of all mankind. With him, in verse 13, is wisdom and strength. He hath counsel and understanding. And then he goes through a list of things that these fellows would have to understand. God is in control of. He withholdeth, in verse 15, he withholdeth the waters, and they dry up. Is that always a punishment? He sendeth them out, and they overturn the earth. Is that always something bad? Verse 17, he leadeth counselors away spoiled, and maketh the judges fools. Verse 18, he looseth the bonds of kings, and girdeth their loins with a girdle. Number 19, he leadeth princes away spoiled, and overthroweth the mighty. He goes through a whole list of things that God can look after and seeing, and all of which can benefit mankind and men, and can be for their good. But he points out that his friends are telling him that what is happening to him is because he is unrighteous, when he is telling them that what has happened to him is just something that has happened to him, and that it isn't necessarily a punishment. It isn't necessarily something he deserves because he's been wicked. They don't necessarily want to believe that.